That's it. I'm good. I'm filming. Okay, so the Jeep Wrangler has been sold. Yeah. It was Macy's favorite little Jeep, wasn't it? Yeah. So now we are short one vehicle, so we're going to do something I wasn't really planning on doing. Daily driving the zombie Suburban. Stay tuned. Alright, so here's where the zombie Suburban's been sitting for the last, what has it been, like half a year, 6 months, something like that. Maybe longer than that, might have been a year now. I haven't done much with this thing. It's just kind of sat down here in the basement waiting for the apocalypse, which still hasn't happened. What's going on? So let's get this thing running. I need to steal the Optima battery out of the backhoe. Throw that thing in here, and let's see if this thing cranks. There we go. Okay, so I guess the battery in the backhoe was dead. Let's get the charger, put it on here. Alright, take two. Almost. Oh man, we are so close. So let's put it back on the charger for a little longer and see if it'll kick off. All right, take three. There it is for you guys that haven't seen it before. Got a full set HX35 turbo on this thing. I think it's a Marine block 6.5. I'm gonna let this thing warm up for a while. All right, so here we go. We're gonna daily drive this thing. Going to the office, first start of the day. Let's see how it does without hitting the glow plugs. Oh, look at that. Didn't even hit the glow plug switch and it fired right up. Of course, my stereo didn't do so good. I guess I need a bit more time.
Yes.
So it'll go back in. So, key on. Let it come all the way out. And now start. All right, there we go. Need to have a system down, and that AC is blowing cold. Wow. Okay. All right, here we go. Going to the office. Suburban actually rides pretty well. Even with the heavy-duty leaf spring suspension, it does quite well. These guys will be up here.
Okay, till you go.
And here we go, guys. Going up this hill, we're running about 9-10 pounds of boost.
A little dark.
Yeah, it's a little hard to show. The sun's in our face right now. I may need to adjust that. I wasn't giving it that much gas. I'm not real familiar with diesels and how the turbos work with them. Most of my experience is with gasoline engines. So I don't know, to me it seems like it's running a little bit high on the boost pressure. I might turn that down a little bit so I don't blow head gaskets. And I should probably add a little bit more fuel as well. I'm not rolling coal yet out back, so until I do, needs fuel. Yeah, cruising along, 70 miles an hour across the bridge. And it's a truck, but it feels pretty good. I think this thing will make it to the beach and back no problem. good hard second gear shift. Bam. I didn't want to be slipping clutches and burning up discs, and it certainly does that. Got an EGT gauge that I need to install. I'm running pretty safe right now, so I'm not too worried about it, but if I start to turn up the fuel, we'll have to keep an eye on those temperatures.
Where's the light?
Oh, the light? Oh yeah. The light is our glow plug light. This truck has an automatic glow plug thing on it, and it pops on every once in a while. I don't know why it would. Those plugs are plenty hot now, so I don't know. I may have to investigate why the thing keeps popping up. There's that manual override switch down here on the bottom that I use sometimes when it's cold outside. That light shouldn't be coming on while you're driving. Yeah, I think I can do this. Daily driving an 84 Suburban diesel. Alright, so I've been driving the zombie Suburban for a few days now, and there's a few things I want to fix. Okay, one, we're getting too much boost. You know, I'm seeing 11 pounds, and I'm barely getting into the throttle. So, don't want to blow out any head gaskets on this old Chevy diesel. I do have some head studs ready to go in place, but that's for another episode. So we're going to try to turn the boost down. I want to try to knock it down to maybe 7 or 8, part throttling around 10. I think that's pretty good. Also, to take advantage of the boost, because boost with diesels isn't worth squat if you don't have the fuel to go with it. So to take advantage of the boost, we're going to be turning up the fuel a little bit more. I want to see a little bit of smoke coming out those tailpipes when I get into it. So let's get busy. Alright, so this is a whole set HX35 turbo off of a Cummins diesel, and it is governed by an actuator rod. There it is, right down there. You guys can see this thing? Right down here. That's a built-in wastegate, and it opens and closes a valve on the back side of the turbine here, and that is what we need to get to. So I don't know if I can get to that without removing the turbo. It's not a huge deal to remove the turbo. It's, this top clamp, these bottom ones here, then there's I think 4 bolts holding it down there. This battery out of here. Okay. And we'll just slide this heat blanket off of the turbine housing. Okay, I can see a little bit more now. Yeah, I knew when I put this thing together that this adjustment was going to be a pain in the butt. But I couldn't figure out a better way to do it. Let's see. What size of bolts are on the back of this whole set? 12. Nope. 1/2 inch. God bless America. Oh, these are tight. I may have to get a bigger wrench. I'm going to break my 1/4 inch drive. Yeah, better upgrade. And there's the gasket for the turbo. Now let's see if we can get these larger bolts, the 4 off the T4 mounting flange. Okay, well, the T4 flange is taking a combination of 15 and 17 millimeter wrenches to get it off. There are 2 studs in the turbo flange and then 2 through bolts. It's kind of weird. And the battery tray makes a great tool tray once the battery is out. As long as you don't lose anything down that little hole in the middle. And I'm not going to remove the oil line. I don't think that's necessary. So just come on out there. Let's see how you look, you big boy. I got the drain line still hooked up too. I don't want to disconnect the drain line. That's a pain in the ass. What can I do here? Tilt it over. No. I've got a cut O-ring on my charge pipe. I'm probably losing boost. Okay. Let's see how much room I get if I remove the little air filter. Maybe I can rotate it around. T4 gasket. So push some stuff around. Alright. There's my rod there. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay, so this is what I want to adjust. You have to pop this C-clip off right here. Easier said than done. There we go. Alright, C-clip's off. And the rod's disconnected. Okay, so I'm looking at this rod right now. As it pushes open, okay, the boost pressure is going to push this thing open. Right now, it's got a little bit of a preload on it. So to decrease the boost, I am going to decrease the preload. So I'm going to grab this with some vice grips. I'm just going to turn this, and I'll count the number of turns. And we'll use that as a reference when we start driving again. The rod here. That doesn't move. And then we're going to unscrew this thing here. See, I'll put some pliers on there. There's one, or half turn. one turn. One and a half. Two. Well, still, it's got a bit of preload on there at 2 turns. Do I want to leave it there? A little bit more. There's 2.5. And there's 3 turns. Even 3 turns has a little bit of preload on there, but I think I want to stop there. So I'm just going to slide that back in place. And then we're just going to reassemble the turbo. So those 3 turns are going to allow this wastegate to open a little bit quicker, a little bit farther, so that we don't build up quite so much boost pressure. Like I said, we're doing about 10 or 11 pounds heart throttle. I thought that was too much, so let's put this back together and we'll see how it does. Alright, well, turbo's back installed. Before we do anything else, we want to take it for a drive. You really only want to change one thing at a time to avoid introducing extra variables and to seeing what happens. But if you change the turbo settings and you change the fuel settings and you don't like the way it runs, how do you know what went wrong? So just try to change one thing at a time. Let's see how she does. Hang on, Macy dog. Alright, here we go. We're up the big hill again. And I'm still reading about 10 psi, 11 psi. Back down, 6, 7, yeah, 6, 5. So that little bit of change I made didn't really make a whole lot of difference. I think I might have been in the throttle a little bit more than I usually am. Just cruising here. I'm running 5 pounds of boost. Downhill, sorry, 0 pounds. Turn this thing around and we'll go back up the other way. You gotta find a good spot to turn around when you drive a 22-foot long vehicle. Alright. But yeah, the goal is to give it more gas, more fuel, not quite so much boost. Here we go. Oh, there's the boost again. Second gear. Well, there's 10 right there. Third gear. Still running 11 psi. Yeah, if I give it the gas, it'll go up. So I'm gonna have to dial that back quite a bit more. Yeah, when I get into it, there's 13 there. That's getting a little scary. Not for you Cummins guys, but all you Cummins guys are probably laughing at me right now. Alright, well, that road test was a little disappointing. And I was thinking about it, like I said, if I backed off on that adjuster anymore, if I got rid of any more preload, then I think that's going to hurt my low RPM boost. You know, the goal is to build boost as quickly as possible, but then to start bleeding off the boost pressure once you attain your desired pressure, whether it's 5 psi, 10 psi, 30 psi for you Cummins guys. So I'm thinking maybe I need to find myself a different regulator with a different spring inside, maybe a softer spring. I still want to keep that preload. I think that's important to a proper functioning turbocharger. But if I had a weaker spring, then it would start to open a little bit quicker, even after the preload was released. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because I want to get this thing really dialed in. So, take care, guys. Thanks.